Welcome to part 2 of the world's fastest video study guide. It's so fast I had to make 2 separate videos. This is part 2. There's going to be 4 problems. It's on a 7th grade geometry standard involving ratios, proportions, and similarity. And guess what?
That was easy.
It's going to be easy, so check this out. On your own paper, make copies of these. So this involves drawing a scale version of something else. So for example, here's our original. I need to make a copy, and my copy, which is on the toppy every time, my copy needs to be 2 times the original, which means every measurement is 2 times as big. So if the original has sides of 1 and 4 on a rectangle, my copy is going to have sides of 2 and 8. That's it. So scale factor tells me to multiply every dimension by the factor on the top in compared to the original on the bottom. So here we go. Next one is a right triangle, and my copy is going to be smaller than the original, right? Because 1 is smaller than 3. In fact, it's going to be 1/3. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this one is 3, 6, 9. So we take 6 divided by 3, and that's going to give us a 2. And we take 9 divided by 3, and that's going to give us 3. What's this? Why did I do that? I'm in a hurry. Too much pressure. There's the copy. Okay? Because each of the dimensions of the original were multiplied by the scale factor. Okay, that's it. They're just multiplication problems. That's all you have to do. Okay, it's no big deal. Big ugly shape like this, no big deal, right? Here's a 2, that's a 3, 2. These are all 1s, 2, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm going to take each one of these measurements, which I got from counting the squares, and I'm just going to go times 3 for my copy. My copy is going to be a bit bigger. So I'm going to start down here. My 2 becomes a 6, right? So here we go. 2, 4, 6. Now it's a 6. My 3 times 3 is a 9. 3, 6, 9. This is how we make scale drawings. 2 times 3 is 6. 1 times 3 is 3. Hopefully this all fits. This 2 becomes a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This becomes a 6. Oh, barely enough room. 3 becomes a 9. 3, 6, 9. These are all 3, 3. Nice thing about the enlargement is it's so much easier to label. And then for that last connecting part, we're not going to measure it, we're just going to connect the dots. There we go. Nice, that's huge. And the next one, scale of 5 to 2. This is a little more complicated. That means for every 2 on the original, I'm going to get 5 on the copy. My factor here is really times 2.5, right? That's my scale. So if I have a 1, the 1 is going to change into a 2.5. Right about there. A 2 is going to change into a 5, right? If that's a 2, now it's going to be a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's a 2. That becomes a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you like the counting? So good. 2.5. Then we're going to go back this way. I'm going to run out of room, I can tell, because this is a 2. It needs to be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back over to here. It was a tight squeeze, but due to my terrible planning, it fits. Okay. Now all the 2's become 5's. All the 1's become 2.5's. This 5 over here becomes a 12.5, etc. Because my multiplier is 2.5. That takes care of that one. Ooh, that one took way too long. Next one. We have 2 things here. I need to convert from centimeters to feet and then find the area. My multiplier is times 5, so it's going to be 30, 25, 40, 15. 8 minus 5 equals 3, so this is 3 times 5 is another 15. And this is also a 15 because I have 6 minus 3 is 3. I'm going to circle all my conversions so I don't get them mixed up with anything else. To find the area, I'm going to need to break this into pieces. I'm going to do that right here. Okay, so this one's going to be 25 times 15. And this one is going to be 15 times 40. That equals 600. 25 times 15. I'm going to use a calculator. 375. Add them up. Add the two sub-problems, and I get 975 feet squared. If I made a mistake, send me a message and explain what I did wrong. Next, 1 foot equals 30 centimeters, so I'm going to go times 30, so which just means times 3, and then add a 0 if you don't like times 30. Times 3, add a 0, 60, 150. I'm going to break this into 3 pieces here. Right there. And right there. You could break it into other types of pieces. But here I go. 120 times 150 is going to fill that spot. Oh. This is going to be 60 times 60. It's a square. This one is going to be 120 times 1 times 30 times 30. Sorry, 120 times 30. Let's break this out. 120 times 150. 60 times 60. And 120 times 30. Once I get those answers, I'm going to add them all up. Okay? 60 times 60 is, there's 36, and there's the 2 zeros. There's 36, there's 2 zeros. 12 times 15, didn't I just do that one somewhere else? I don't know. 180, plus a 0 and another 0. Let's add them all up. 25,200 centimeters squared. Send me a message if I did something wrong. I'm going fast and I'm running behind. Here we go. Number 7. What is the rule? Guess the rule. Okay? What do you do to x to get y every time? This one is, these are all 2-step rules. Okay? So first of all, this one is 4x plus 3, which means I times x by 4 to get y. Okay? 0 times 4 plus 3 is 3. 6 times 4 plus 3 is 27. 1 times 4, negative 4, plus 3 is negative 1. Since it works for everything, I'm going to do it for all the rest of them. This would be 203. This would be negative 20 plus 3 is negative 17. Times 4, 28 plus 3, 31. Times 4 is 16 plus 3 is 19. There's one. Next. Let's see. Times 2 minus 4. I think that works. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 minus 4 is 8. Works there. What about this? 1 times 2 is 2. 2 minus 4 is negative 2. It works there. So my rule, I'm so glad I remembered this, is 2x minus 4. 50 times 2, 100 minus 4, 96. 13 times 2, 26 minus 4, 22. Negative 4 times 2, negative 8 minus 4, negative 12. This one we need to work backwards, which means I need to add 4 and then divide by 2. I need to do the opposite thing in the opposite order. So 10 plus 4 is 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7. We test it by applying this rule. What's 7 times 2? 14. 14 minus 4, 10. Done. And on to the third one. 6 times 2, 6 times negative 2 minus 1. No. What is this going to be? Oh, I'm thinking. This is the sound of me thinking and having a crash and burn right here. I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to come back to it. For now, let's do these diamond problems. You would think that I would have notes prepared and have all the answers already, right? No, I do this on the spot. It's crazy. Okay, this is 2/15. You put the product on top. See my sample? Product goes up there. The sum, or the adding, goes on the bottom. Right? So when you see a diamond problem, multiply, that goes up there. Add goes down there. Let's do it. Multiply 2/15. Add, this is the same as 3/15, and this is the same as 10/15. So it's 13/15. Good. Negative 3 times 6 is negative 18. Product on top, sum on the bottom. Something times negative 1 equals positive 11. I think that would have to be negative 11. And then when we add them together, we get negative 12. Okay? Something plus 4/5 equals 20ths. What is 4/5 as 20ths? It is 16/20ths. So 16/20ths plus 5/20ths adds to that. If I simplify 5/20ths, it makes 1/4. So when I multiply these, I get 4/20ths or 1/5. So I'm circling the answers there. There we go. On to this other one that's not a sample. X times what is 4? 1 times what is 4? 4! That's it! Okay, if I want to add these, I get x plus 1 plus 4, which makes x plus 5. Right? Because if I do 4 times x plus 1, there's the 4x, and there's the 4. Okay? So the answer there is 4. Now let's go back to my crash and burn. Let's see if we can get this. Negative 2 minus 1? No. Negative 3 plus 5? Yes! That's it. Whew, I knew it was a negative. Test it out. Negative 3 times 6 is negative 18 plus 5. That works. Negative 2 times negative 3 equals positive 6 plus 5 is 11. So I'm going to apply this rule times negative 3 plus 5. Wow, where'd that flashing cursor come from? I don't know. Here we go. That's 5, right? Because anything times 0 is 0. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6 plus 5, negative 1. I'm going to work backwards. So I got to take away 5 and then divide by negative 3. Okay? 4 take away 5 equals negative 1. Negative 1 divided by negative 3 is 1/3. Test it out. 1/3 times negative 3 is negative 1 plus 5 is 4. That works. It's crazy, but it works. Negative 3 times 40, negative 120 plus 5, negative 115. Send me a message if I did something wrong. That went really fast, and now we're really done.
That was easy.